Hey guys, Cam for 15 back out with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another One Piece anime episode review for you guys as I am finally back talking the One Piece anime. I know I've missed a lot of weeks of the One Piece anime, and now I think is more than a better good time to finally catch up and actually review these episodes. Really, it's not gonna be in-depth reviews, but just highlighting certain major points and things like that as we prepare. The good thing is I think they went on break last week in terms of the anime, so prepping. I just hope that I have the episode reviews coming out on time. It's weird because they release it Saturday at night, and either I'm busy on my Saturday night, which will probably be again this upcoming Saturday, because I'm going to a baseball game on my Saturday night. So I hope to at least get the chapter, the anime episode review up, hopefully Sunday. If anything, delayed till Monday. But I need to start being more consistent. I'm sorry for the wait, but let's get to One Piece episodes. The episodes that I last left off was episode what is it? 1108 to 11112. Basically a good chunk of this stuff basically gets us up to speed with what the hell's going on Egghead, with the Straw Hats going up against all the seraphims and the positions that they are basically in. And then the last recent episode actually is focusing outside of the Egghead Island stuff, and we actually get a focus of Shanks versus Kid. And then it seems like next week, or this upcoming Saturday, we're gonna have a focus on Blackbeard and Kobe, because if you remember, Blackbeard captured Kobe, and that was in the headlines. Anyways, let's get with the Seraphim stuff, since that's the lowest point. But I thought it was cool, because at first, and mostly I'm gonna kind of break it up into individual battles. So I guess the one that I don't really care much about, but also is intrigued with, is the fact that what is it? You have it to where Brook and Nami, they were basically going up against the Jinbei Seraphim, and they don't do too well, to the point that Nami almost dies. Now the thing is, um the Jinbei Seraphim is basically kicking their butts. Brook tries to fight, but he ends up getting beat fairly easily. And then Nami doesn't really want to hit the Jinbei Seraphim because, well, it's a kid, and we know Nami has this motherly attachment to children, and she doesn't want to attack kids because it's not in her character to do so. So she kind of holds back. But then you have it to where Zeus is like, "Don't worry, Nami, I'll take care of him. Just you do what you need to do. Just close your eyes, I'll take care of him." And it looks like he does to get taken care of him, but then he ends up getting back up, obviously because they have the Lunarian DNA inside their system, which Zoro makes the mention of in their fight. Like, yeah, you have to essentially put down out their flames so then their defense can be weakened and are weakened, and then that's when you can attack them and do damage and then beat them. But you see with all these seraphims, they keep doing these crazy type blows on these dudes, but they keep getting back up to fight for more. But the thing is, Nami is in a precarious situation where the attack doesn't work. It looks like she's gonna more than likely get killed by the Jinbei Seraphim. Sanji then comes in, and he ends up saving her, and starts fighting with the Jinbei Seraphim. And then we just kind of leave off on the fact that the Jinbei Seraphim leaves a punches to Sanji, but Sanji takes it like a champ. Obviously, you can say he probably hockeyed up his face. At the same time, too, you can also say it's probably the Germa double six genes in him that have finally activated, is why he maybe isn't feeling any pain from this or whatever. And we know, like, his skin is super tough now. Anyways, that's where we're kind of left off. The other area is the S snake stuff. We know that the S snake turned York into stone, and basically we kind of have it to where that situation is getting quite crazy and quite dire where we leave off on that aspect. But you just have it to where Lilith, she starts firing this bubble gun, and It has seawater, and the thing is, since they have essentially devil fruit abilities, um, they're weakened by the seawater, and you do have it to where you see S Snake end up getting a little bit a little bit weakened because of it. And then that's when you have it to where Frankie comes and grabs one of the bubbles that was like bouncing all over the place like it was a baseball or just a basketball really, and he basically slams it down on S Snake. And S Snake, you're like, it's like, okay, we got him, we beat them. Now S Snake does her cutesy Boa Hancocky approach, saying, "Please help me. I'm really hurt. You'll let me go, right?" And for whatever reason, Frankie just lets the bubble go. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And that just leads to everybody being defeated. What happens is Lilith and Usopp, after getting infatuated with S Snake, gets turned to stone. Frankie gets perfume fevered, so half of his body is turned to stone, and he's stuck right then and there. And then you kind of have it to where Pythagoras, he's like, S Snake, you need to stop this, you need to stop this. And Pythagoras ends up getting smashed by S Snake, presumably making it seem like now Pythagoras is dead. So that's the thing. Now again, I don't know why Frankie, you clearly let the seraphim that's been attacking you, you just let the bubble get off of her, even though she was attacking you for whatever reason, you couldn't stop her. That's the only thing you could do to stop her, and the next thing you know, boom, you just let her go. Now I don't know why Frankie did that. He's obviously a good spirited individual that I have a feeling he wouldn't hurt a kid. But regardless, like Ninja, this person, this robot, at the end of the day, yes, it's in the shape of a child, but it's a robot, a very man-killing robot that damn near was coming for your asses. Why are you freaking getting these dudes, or why are you like not freaking or letting the bubble go to keep her down? No idea, but whatever. And then obviously we do see Chopper and Robin, but they're kind of just going through the place and trying to find doing what they're doing. Jinbei, we know, is with Stussy, and then Stussy kind of gives them the rundown of the fact like they need to basically hurry and say like, look, the world government's coming, you guys need to get off this island immediately. That's what she ends up saying. And we do cut over to what's going on. It seems like they're getting closer, but that's kind of the thing right then and there. Oh, and actually she was telling, my bad, she was telling Stussy was telling I'm trying to think of his name, Sentomaru, about what's going on, about the fact that hold on a quick second, the fact that as I get off this thing, the fact that that the government's coming, and the government's coming, and they're gonna be here to kill Dr. Vegapunk essentially. And we kind of get some more information too of the fact that we know that they're just there not to kill just Dr. Vegapunk. We find out later like they're here to kill the entire like satellites and everybody. So that's the thing. So, and then we see later in the episode like they try to get Sentomaru tells the doctors to basically escape the island before they get here, so then they're not casualties of what the world government is doing and everything. So that's where they're at. So obviously the Strats are on limited time and borrowed time to hurry and get off the island. And then obviously we cut over to Luffy and Zoro aspect of fighting the S Bear and then S Hawk seraphims. They essentially have to release Lucci and Kaku to be able to try to put these dudes down. And it was pretty cool to see, like, even though they're all enemies and everything, it's still pretty cool to see them all working together to try to take down the Seraphim, because, well, the CP0 agents, they could tell like, oh wait, these dudes are trying to kill us. Well, all right, they're gonna get it. And you see these, I know the first episode we see this whole fight break out. It was crazy animation, really good crazy animation, but it's crazy to see these characters who like fought each other back in Ennis Lobby, and even with Luffy and Lucci, a few episodes ago. They're working together to try to defeat the Seraphim, but the thing is they keep coming back up and up again and everything. And that's when Zoro kind of reveals he's like, "Oh yeah, these guys resemble King and everything." And then he kind of tells them the weakness, and then they all get mad at him. Lucci, Zoro, and Kaku all get mad at him. No, not Lucci, Zoro. Luffy, Lucci, and Kaku all get mad at Zoro for just now realizing, oh, you've just now realized the fact that these dudes look similar to the guy you fought on Wano. Okay, that's just fucking great. And you know how to combat, you know how to fight these dudes. Okay. And we do get a little bit of a backstory about Lunarians in terms of the King and Kaido thing and stuff like that. But that fight was crazy. That fight was just absolutely insane. And then we have it in mid-fight. And well, actually before that, it's just crazy. Like Lucci is in like his leopard form. Luffy is gear 4, and there's in gear, and S Bear is still getting up after the attacks they dishing out, and they're dishing out like crazy ass attacks too. And then even S Bear takes like a gum Red Hawk and still's getting back up from that shit. It's crazy. Now you have to wonder, how does Gear 5 Luffy do against these Seraphims? Who knows? Even Zoro and Kaku were fighting off devastating attacks against S Hawk, which is the Mihawk looking Seraphim, but still, that's the thing. Now, the Mihawk Seraphim ends up actually taking off, and they're actually starting to have thinking of their own volition, but that's obviously due to the commands from, we later find out, York, and everything. So, Zoro and Kaku go together to find S Hawk to try to take him down, and while Luffy and Lucci try to take down S Bear. Now, the thing is, we have it to where Shaka, he ends up going down these flight of stairs because something's come up, and then that's when he ends up seeing the CP0 agents. But the thing is, he's shocked by this. He's like, wait, what are you guys doing here? And then he ends up finding Dr. Vegapunk. Now, we know Dr. Vegapunk was captured, and he got captured and he's in a cell. And the thing is, Dr. Vegapunk, he's like, Shaka, please tell me you brought somebody. But it's too little too late. Shaka ends up getting shot literally in the forehead, and he gets shot again. And next thing you know, this mysterious shadowy individual comes into the cage that Dr. Vegapunk is in and reveals himself to be none other than York. York apparently is a traitor, and was the reason why everything that's happened up to this point is happening. That's why the Frontier Dome has been closed off. She's the reason why the Seraphim are attacking everybody else. Now, the only question I guess you can have in this is, how is she able to overprogram the Seraphim while the other Vegapunks, they're on the same level of hierarchy as she is? How are they not able to get in contact and tell them to make stop? My best guess is maybe off screen she secretly messed with the Seraphim after they got under control, and then made it to where maybe she messed with them and made her hierarchy higher than any of the other Vegapunks, including the real Dr. Vegapunk. So then guess what? The Seraphims only listen to her. That's my best guess, is what clearly happened. Again, I don't remember from that shit from the manga. So that's the thing right then and there. So it's interesting to see from that standpoint and everything. So yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. She is the traitor this entire time. Now, her whole characteristic is greed, so I guess it makes sense that somebody greedy would probably be a bad guy. But then again, like I said, if Dr. Vegapunk made it 6 like robot versions of himself, you would think, well, Terminator wise, one of them would end up turning, because they're like, wait a second, I have the same smarts as Dr. Vegapunk. Why the hell am I working for this guy? I'm working alongside him when I legitimately could be the one Vegapunk and do everything, and I'm just as smart as he is, right? And then we kind of get the interesting revelation here from York, is the fact that she apparently wants to be a celestial dragon. Now, why she wants to be a celestial dragon, no clue. Vegapunk makes the mention. He's like, why would you want to be one of those detestable people? and she just laughs and everything. So yeah, and also too, there was like a scene when and that's the reveal happened, and like they do a back scene of it, and she's like squatted down. They gave her like a freaking, I don't know if Toei was just doing it for fan service reasons, but they like inflamed her butt cheeks. I'm just like, what the frick? Whatever. Anyways, she wants to become a celestial dragon. Why she wants to become a celestial dragon? Well, I know why. I know why because I read the manga, but from an anime perspective, to keep this anime wise, obviously, it's like, what the frick is like this Vegapunk is crazy. And again, like I said, her main whole desire is like greed and everything, or her main like, I guess you can say, trait is greed. So it makes sense why um she probably want to become a celestial dragon because it's just pure out greed, and she probably saw the type of living style the celestial dragons have, so she probably wants that for herself. And then we even find out how she told the serphims to do this, and basically she said, look, I don't care, don't, she essentially said kill everybody, with the exception of the Stella and the CP0 agents, and then she can frame it. And also too, we find out that she was more than likely the person that leaked out the information to the five elders about the fact that Dr. Vegapunk was looking into the Void Century. So she clearly leaked that information out, which now leads to the fact that Kizaru, along with um not Marcus Mars, Saint J. Garcia Saturn, is going to Egghead personally himself to go kill Dr. Vegapunk. So that's the thing right then and there. So, yeah, they're not in a good position, and the fact that New York ordered the hits of the seraphims on basically everybody with the exception of Vegapunk and the CP0 and the CP agents that she's holed up in prison cells. It's crazy. Um, so everybody's not in a good spot. Everybody's not in a good spot. We'll see how they get out of this situation, but that's kind of the thing. And then the last episode ended up obviously containing the York stuff of how she told the Seraphim to do everything that she needed to do. But then that's when we cut to what we've been actually kind of been cutting back and forth from, and that's the fact that Kid was basically arriving to Elbaf, and he knows that red hair Shanks is there, and then he basically made the ultimatum like, all right, tell me what Shanks wants to do. And then essentially Shanks rebutted back, and he told one of his men, like, listen, tell this fool, either give us his road poneglyphs and leave, or you're gonna freaking fight and probably die, and everything. So yeah, but the way the episode was shot for this part was really damn good. Absolutely crazy. Now I remember reading this in the manga and seeing this and being absolutely blown away by the defeat of the Kid Pirates. But the way the anime handles it, it is absolutely insane. You basically have it to where Kid is arriving and he's basically going to fight regardless, whatever. But then you have it to where you have all these other allies of Shanks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention one more thing before I get to the Egghead start. We actually cut outside of Egghead, and we actually see a Blackbeard ship arriving at Egghead, looking to basically land. Why is a Blackbeard's gonna be there now? Maybe because we know Blackbeard, he's dealing with law. We know that's what's happening. Now we know he's appearing next week, so we don't know if he's done dealt with law already and everything. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. But Blackbeard's ship is literally on the outskirts of Egghead. So what they have business there, no idea. We'll see. But anyways, going back to the Shanks stuff. Shanks has his allies, and the allies are kind of pissing off Kid. So he's like, you know what? I'm not letting these people get in my way. So he uses his Devil Fruit ability to make this huge, gigantic, like laser freaking cannon. Like, it's crazy. And then he just attacks all of Shanks's allies and everything. Now, The thing is, Shanks actually ends up using his observation hockey to look into the future. So that really didn't happen. Now, even before that, before he was boarding onto his ship, you just have some of his other allies that I guess are stationed on Elbaf. Essentially, like, come on, Shanks, just stay a little bit more. Take us with you. And then Shanks is like, look, it's good, thank you. You guys are doing all. Obviously Shanks is a good guy. And it seems like these people really care about Shanks and likes him for all he does and things like that. So, yeah. But you know, anyways, going back to what I was saying, Shanks ends up using his observation hockey to see in the future. So he also has that ability, like Katakuri, like Luffy does too. I think really advanced level hockey users have this ability to be able to see into this future. Which should be, but it seems like maybe there's only like a small amount of people that are able to do that. But Shanks is one of those people, and we know he's really damn good with hockey, as well. And he sees into the future about the destruction and the carnage that happens because of this attack that Kid launches off. So this man literally just gets on like the mast of the ship, and then he just jumps, basically flying in the air and jumping between ship and ship to get to where Kid is at. And he does that, and he appears right before Kid, and then he uses his divine departure attack and literally cuts Kid, the cannon Kid was making before he fired it off in half, and then he knocks Kid out and takes him down, and Kid's down for the count. He also takes Killer down for the count because Killer takes a little bit of the hit trying to protect Kid, but they're down for the count, and you just have it to where other of Kid's men are like, Captain, please get up, get up. So then you just have it to where Shanks is just walking up. He sheaves his sword, puts his sword back in his freaking sheath, and he's just walking, and basically you have this scarecrow looking guy, I forgot his name. He's like, look, just go get it. And then he's like, here, take the rope poneglyphs, just leave us alone, or just help out Captain Kidd, please. Just don't hurt him anymore. You can take these. So they're willingly giving him the rope poneglyph designs, the thing that Shanks did want. But basically, Shanks is not doing anything, and he just jumps. He sees a ship go by, and he jumps out of the way and back to go back onto his ship. And basically, you have it to where we see Dory and Broggy are there, and they also are good friends with Shanks, and they use that same attack. They used against the goldfish that was going to swallow the Straw Hats back after the Little Garden arc. What is it? And they use that attack on Kid's ship, and they completely destroy Kid's ship. And the narrator essentially says, like, on this day, the Kid pirates, who were led by Eustace Captain Kidd at like 3 million berry bounties, they were basically annihilated. Kidd falls into the ocean, and like as many of the other crew, and his ship is in shambles. So it's implied, I'm guessing, in the way the narrator explained it, it's basically implied like freaking Kid died. Like Shanks and Dorian Broggy essentially killed Kid. Now, we don't know if Kid is dead. We've seen this whole trope where a devil fruit user gets dropped into sea, but then he only wakes up ashore on another island. But legitimate, unless like a current makes Kid arrive on Elbaf, I have no idea. It's implied, like the narrator implied, like, no, this is it. Kid's dead. His journey's over because Kid was talking about wanting to become king of the pirates and everything. Well, then, yeah, and the problem is Kid got a little bit too damn cocky on his own bridge. He got a little bit too damn cocky. He was thinking like, oh well, we beat an emperor, we beat Big Mom and freaking Kaido and everything. So it's like, I can do it again. I'm gonna take down Shanks. Now listen, first things first, you needed Zoro, Luffy, Law, and even your man in Killer to basically fight against Kaido and Big Mom together. And even then, when you're separated, what's the face? Kid needed Law's help to be able to defeat Big Mom. Like, the fact that this man Kid got so cocky thinking like he was the man that basically was the one that defeated Kaido and Big Mom all by himself, what happened to him happened, you know, because he got a little bit too damn cocky for himself. Yeah, you can make the argument Luffy beat Kaido on his own, but that was really after multiple, like, of him coming back. And even then, Luffy still needed other help from pirates to basically put some damage on Kaido anyways. But it's crazy that this kid got so high of an ego thinking like, oh, I was the one that beat Kaido and Big Mom, so that means I'm ready to take on Shanks. And he clearly wasn't. He got absolutely destroyed, which goes to show you like the level of strength that Shanks is at. And just again, the craziness of how strong emperors can be. Again, like I said, dude, the resistance on Wano barely beat Big Mom and barely beat Kaido. Like, if not for Luffy going Gear 5, they would have never beaten Kaido. They would have never beaten him. Kaido would have beat them if not for Luffy going Gear 5. You know, and if he didn't awaken his devil fruit, if his basically his human fruit, because that's what it is, didn't activate and awaken into his Nika form, well then Luffy loses that fight and Kaido wins, and then it's game set over. So they would have lost to Kaido anyways. Luckily enough, Luffy's devil fruit awakened and everything, and you know, that's the reason why they won. But they needed an awakened devil fruit to essentially win at a moment's notice. And mind you, the most broken devil fruit in the history of One Piece. So that's the thing right then and there. And that's kind of it where we're left off. And basically it's just like, boom, we ended off with Shanks and everything. So yeah, crazy episodes. That was really damn. The Shanks episode actually, like, it's funny because when I watched read the Shanks stuff and the kid stuff, I'm like, okay, it sounded like he died. Now when I saw this episode, I'm like, oh shit, maybe he actually really is dead. Now I don't know if Kid will ever show up again, but like if Oda wants to like be like, you know what, no, we're using this kid as an example, and he's gonna be dead, which means one of the worst generation members is dead, which is another one because we know that Hawkins is also dead. Hawkins died. We know Hawkins died. Which is crazy. And actually 3 of them, because I think Killer's a member of the worst generation as well. But it would be crazy that we already got 3 members of the worst generation already freaking dead. Talk about final saga shit. Because that's what we're in. We're in the final saga of One Piece. So craziness at its finest. But One Piece continues to be great. The anime continues to highlight the greatness of the manga. And yeah, again, apologies for not getting these episode reviews out on a weekly basis. But hey, you got my thoughts, the anime episodes and everything. Hopefully I can be more consistent about this. And I know I say this all the damn time. But it's pretty hard to do it when you're working essentially almost damn near full time. And then other things come up in your own personal life and stuff like that. But anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts about the episodes and the story points that I put in this One Piece episode review, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more One Piece content or any other anime or manga content I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day, night, or when you share this video. Till then, guys, peace.